Getting fried, Maury style. Good morning, folks. It's 7:59 a.m. on the first day of the 6th month, 2024. Yeah, this storm has been well cut, well aimed. As you can see, the vaporization of the moisture as they mixing two flows together down here. This side on this side here is a very well defined line, very well defined pinch points. The fanning is moving in that direction there because I did an analyzation of it, and boy is it having an effect on the weather. The big fryers are also on up north, as you can see one popping on and off up here. If I zoom back a little bit, you'll see this other stations up here are active. This station here near Hewenden is active. See how no radar on, off, on, no feed for you. It's not like the clouds have disappeared, and Willis Island is frying as well. The eye of the Coral Sea is perpetually on with the slide corridor coming up. Weak flow is on this side here. That side's very firmly blocked around it, which is leading to a lot of these pop-up showers here that are going to be affecting the Can corridor over the coming day. So what I really want to get to, though, is this event that's coming for us, because I'm not going to do a long forecast. I'm getting ready to go meet up with people. So your event is going to start about here at a big event. I'll turn some of the pressures off, and it's going to be big, right, because it's coming after the Fifes. So we're going to roll through this whole thing, let you see it, let you do your own determinants too, because you're going to have to watch these flows. I'm going to switch. Right now we got a low that formed when this mass of stuff that's been directed across the country hit a downflow here. It has to start to spin that. The low's not incredibly high, not incredibly low. As you can see, it's right at atmospheric pressure now with the low oscillating up and offshore, but that there will actually converge a little later, right? And make the flow much more defined towards Sydney as this low moves a little bit more out to sea. It's going to really chuck some moisture up your way. And with us, yeah, we're getting the wetness by this evening. Picnic should be fairly dry until it ends, right? And if it rains, it rains. And I'll see you guys under the bandstand. Bandstand. And here you go, out to sea, for all to see. For all to see, jumps along. Wetness is continuing for the bottom corridor, and they pretty much didn't stop. Now, as this one works its way through, I'm going to come back. The flows that a really tight eddy forming on Monday there off the corner, and she's going to hang out. There's not much place for it to go. The rush of air into Bass Strait is clogged. It should want to drift down, but it's been held by EMF beams in place, and the local Hobart radar itself has been active as well. I see that double low over there. One's going to swallow the other. Its tendril's been cut, so I'll be looking for a big beam to shoot up on the Tuesday to make a separation between these two here. So that they'll have a big EMF event to do that, right? And right about then, some rain kisses the very tip of the Penis Insula of the North Island of New Zealand, and this is when things are about to get interesting for us. So watch this come along. So I'm going to zoom this back now so you can catch what happens. All right, watch this. Gonna check and see if this is running. And you get fucked. Hope you're in your Arks by the 8th. Yeah, the rain is calming is a very big setup. They just stalled this storm with a pressure oscillation between the two, and it just held it for days. It's just a spinning gear being used its directional flow to mix this cold air with this tropical air that's pretty much pinned in place. You see this here? This flow of wind here is feeding in the trough. It's going to cool things down a bit, and it's going to make the storms very, very volatile. Very volatile indeed. So let me see if we're running here. Yeah, we are. Alright, so I can see your comments now. So let me Put that down. What about WA? Oh, we got a warning. Well, watch. You'll see. See this setup coming in here? They're hitting two coasts at once. A spinner here and a spinner here. Let's see the pressures here. High over the center. These two are oscillating. This thing's going to walk very slow until this moves out of the way here. There's nowhere for that low to go in the center. See how that high is locked? And it takes a lot of EMF to do that. So this country's going to get a atmospheric warming. And it's just going to pin these flows all to the coast, leading to terrible, terrible totals coming. Absolutely horrendous. Absolutely horrendous totals coming to this area here on the 10s. They've changed the stat. I come up with this stat earlier, and anytime they change the stat, I get concerned. Okay, so I come up with this stat earlier. That's right, I'm not playing games. And this wasn't very long ago. This was about 2.5 hours ago. I had this total here showing at 20 centimeters of rain coming into this area here. So we have to be prepared for this on the 10s, because I think we're being lied to very often. And a bigger map showed the whole coastline. I did a check. It's not matching up. I'm showing an event for this area here with a main tendril sitting off Goldie here, right? Oh, that toxic rain for all the whales that are coming up here, and all these beams that are going up to the coast is not going to be good for their navigation. And it was showing totals like this all the way down the coast. Hey, so I'm not buying that stat. And so that's why I showed you that one there, because they're flip-flopping the totals. And now they're saying nothing. So they're trying to catch you off guard. So I'm going to keep with my totals. 15 to 20 centimeters is coming along this way on the 10s. This here they're all positive about. They want this area here is going to get about 15 to 20 centimeters. Yeah, they're positive you guys are fucked. Right? So they're flip-flopping the totals around. And I don't like that. So I'm telling you, you got an event coming. Perth, yeah, you're very, very wet on the 10s. But you got some consistent rains flowing over you, like a couple centimeters here on the 3s, jumping up to nothing, and then whammo. And so we have to keep an eye on you guys, and of course I'll keep an eye on you. The more you go toward the corner, the wetter it's going to get. Why? Because you're all wet behind the ears. Oh, ha, ha, ha. It's on your side, wet behind the ear. And New Zealand, they're not too bad. They're 10 to 15 centimeters coming your way within about 14 days. Right, because and that's about 7 and 8 when you see that mustard color there, the mustard from the sky, if you will. Okay, so that is pretty much what I wanted to show you guys totals wise. Bit of action going to go up towards the north as we go towards the into the 14s, but nothing major that I'm seeing yet here. Okay, so that's a good thing to say. Little moisture for Rocky. You're looking at about, what, 2 to 4 centimeters over the next 10 days, depending on how far towards here you are. Because that seems to be a flow boundary, and then the military devices there with their radars when they play their war games are definitely having an effect on the weather. Definitely heating the atmosphere locally. So we got a tendril parked off your shore, which is never a good thing, because only one breeze or EMF balance different and suck it inland, and while these neighborhoods here are going to cop it. So we'll be prepared for this, Perth, won't we? I hope that answers your question. And what's happening for Adelaide? General oppression, winds are blowing, wine is growing, people are going to drink it, and fuck all on their 10s. But nothing huge showing for you guys. Okay, so I'm not really concerned about that. So I was concerned about is this whole coast road from here to here getting about 20 centimeters, okay? So now I can show you this chem cloud and where the diversion is and where we're going to get a bit of action today. So I'm going to roll this on full speed. And what we got going on is one deck of cloud is sliding south here, right? While another one's doing a crossover. And that's what's spinning the low in the center down here, which is causing volatility all across this area. Lots of chem streamering out into the ocean over here, booming and a pluming, ruining the day. Some frying going on the low deck there. See it? Bzz. Fried, getting fried. You got a ship. Lots of booming and plumings on the edges of this whiteout here. You see it right there? Boom, 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 boom. This is sickness mix, man. These are chemtrails right here before your eyes. Chemtrails, you know. Those things they told you weren't real that they're asking for with your tax dollars. Yeah, those things. Look at the sickness mix around here, Western Australia and the Connor down here. That looks evil. That's an evil looking thing. We're not evolving. We're evil evolving. Boris the spider. The center of the web is the dollar bill. Stealing from you gives them a thrill. See that there? That's chem bomb deployment. See all the streamers, how they're split? Something there is fizzing up. See the dot right there? Watch that spot. 10 minutes before, 10 minute, 10 minute, 10 minute. There's somebody next door making noise. And Maury did the flow. Maury's doing this. Maury's cutting the flow through here. Changing the direction of the flow. Right? It done that. Making sure the slide corridor where those mix are correct. And look how square that is, right? That's geoengineering weather modification there. And the radar did it. Right, because it's only sending radar waves that bounce back to the receiver from those points. And then not doing it in places allows the atmosphere to be a little bit cooler. There's a big batch off the coast here is a concern for us. Right, it's something we have to keep an eye on. Down coast slides. See, so as chem is deployed in through here is what we will watch for to see what goes on today. Chem about here would come over there. So you got to know that there's an awful circular thing repeating itself over and over again. Would you say you've got a mobile radar here? I do. Something's going on there. So that's your weather modification. I showed you your totals. May beautiful water bless the toxic land of Australia. Big love, peace.